I'm Anita of Magic and I podcast. And if you're seeing the show in the morning, good morning to you. If you're seeing it in the afternoon, good afternoon to you. And if you're seeing it in the evening, good evening. Hope your day has been wonderful thus far, whatever time you're seeing the show. And if you're seeing this show also for the first time and you like the show, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit that notification bell so that when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. And by the way, on your way out, those of you who's been watching the show, hit that like button because I noticed that my show is just not getting out there. I bet if my show was something negative, it would be shown everywhere, but it's a positive show. And I guess in this world, people don't like things that are positive. People like things, that have a lot of drama in it, and they like things that are negative. But I'd rather be on this side, the positivity side, than the negative side anytime. So it is what it is, and we're just gonna continue doing what we've done for the last couple of years. So yeah, so I just want to talk about three things today. I want to talk about Kelly Rowland and what she had to say about meeting Meghan, and also Meghan and Harry, I believe, is so much on the right track because a lot of states has they filed a class action lawsuit against Meta. Meta is the company that owns Instagram and Facebook, and what they're saying is that Meta is destroying young people's mental health, and so it was just recently that Harry and Meghan were in New York talking about young people's mental health, and here you have the all these states coming together and filing a lawsuit against Meta, who owns Instagram and Facebook. And then we'll also talk about Kate and William being the best dressed celebrity couple. No, I went into the data, and the data is definitely skewed. We'll talk more about that. And oh yes, and the last thing, which is the fourth thing, we'll talk about Family Guy poking fun at Harry and Meghan. And Beyonce always say, if you're talking about me, then I must be doing something. And all of those articles and these TV shows that that are poking fun, and Meghan and Harry, I think they know that Harry and Meghan are box office winners. They know that Harry and Meghan, you mentioned their name, they're the most popular royal couple. One, they are the most popular couple in the world. I don't know if there is anybody that doesn't or haven't heard of Harry and Meghan. So they are using Harry and Meghan to generate money, and it's nothing more than that. They know that if they talk about Harry and Meghan, it's going to be a conversation piece, and that is the reason why they keep throwing jabs at Harry and Meghan. So I know what that is all about, and I'm not really worked up about it because Harry and Meghan is their meal ticket, and they can just keep Harry and Meghan. They can keep talking about them, making them more famous than they already are. So that is like water underneath the bridge. I'm not even going to worry about that. That is trivial stuff. But let us go back to Kelly Rowland. Now, Meghan was at Beyonce's concert not only once, but she was there twice. She must have had a good time. The first time she was there was with Harry and Mama Doria. Oh my goodness, Mama Doria is so beautiful, just like her mother. The pictures that you're seeing, this woman is 60 something years old and she looks so young. When you see her in person, it's the same thing as well. I saw her in person. So yeah, so Meghan enjoyed Beyonce's concert so much that she had to take it in twice. So the second time, it was this huge celebration of Beyonce's birthday, and Meghan was there with Tyler Perry. Just who and who of Hollywood was at that concert. Beyonce draws a huge crowd. She really puts on a show, and people love, love, love her show. And we saw Megan there dancing, and she's shaking herself, and she's freeing herself. And it was so nice to see that she's her normal self. She has regained her normal self. She's dropped the stuffiness of the royal family. And the thing about it is that everybody has one life to live, and they should enjoy that one life that they're living. So yeah, so Kelly Rowland was interviewed by, I think it was Hello Magazine, and every other magazine picked it up as well, because that's what they do. You say one thing and everybody takes the same story and just add a few words, take out a few words, and before you know it, everybody, all the magazine publications out there has the same story. But anyways, the story was originally given to Hello, and she said in meeting Meghan that Meghan, let me just make sure I have this down. She said that Meghan was cool. She said she was down to earth, and that she had a warm demeanor. No, everybody that I have seen in the past, and I have countless videos, I've posted so many of them that it's literally redundant at this point. I will just be repeating myself and showing those videos again to let people know that what you've been hearing about Meghan by the British press and the people and them who hate Meghan is quite contrary to what actual people who have met Meghan are saying. Everybody that has met Meghan personally, or who have had close interactions with her, always says that she is so kind, she is sweet, she is conscientious, she thinks about other people. Look at how when Meghan meets you, how she gives you such a big hug, and whether you're a child, when she meets you, she stoops to your level. She doesn't stand up over you. That is somebody that is conscious about other people. She stoops to their level. If you are a shorter person, she sort of leans down so that she can meet you where you are. Okay? If she sees you, she doesn't give you a handshake. She gives you a big bear hug. And this is Meghan, and everybody who has interacted with her says the same thing. She is kind, she is sweet, she is nice. So I love the idea that these people who have interacted with Meghan, who have met Meghan, can dispel all of the erroneous things, the lies that, the British press and the people out there who don't like Meghan, can come forward and say those wonderful things about her. Could just tell them they're lying in their face. Meghan is actually nice, and that's why so many people gravitate to her. That's the reason why so many people have supported her along the way, despite of all of the vitriol that we've seen about her in the press. Okay, so thank you, Kelly. Okay, that's a sister, and that picture that they took there at the concert with Kerry Washington. By the way, Kerry has a book coming out, and I think she has a sit down with Oprah on the OWN network. I think Oprah's network. It's called the OWN, OWN network. So yeah, so she's gonna have a sit down, and she's telling her story. She has a lot to tell. So that's really nice. Her book is coming out. Support her book. So as I was saying, the picture that they took was absolutely gorgeous. It was just beautiful. Three very beautiful young lady, Carrie, Kelly and Meghan. Gorgeous. And they looked like they really had a good time. I mean, to say Diana Ross serenaded the audience. Oh God, Queen Diana Ross. Yes. So yeah, so the next thing is that I wanted to talk about is Meta being sued. Okay, Meta is the company that owns Facebook and Instagram, and it's owned by about three individuals. But the person that that is the most popular out of all of them is Mark Zuckerberg. And what they said in the lawsuit, and this is several states, and they all pulled together with the government, and they filed it in California. So that's where they filed the case. But yeah, so I say I want to point this out because I'm saying that Harry and Meghan are on the right track. They're onto something for sure. They were in New York on Mental Health Day, and they had this panel, and the panel was talking about how the algorithm that young people encounter on social media is not to help them, but really they're designed to hurt them. And yes, and these states said yes, they knowingly create those algorithms to literally destroy people's mental health, and it's all about profit. Their greed and their desire to make money over people's health and well-being is what is driving them, and they're not creating those guardrails that Megan talked about to protect young people. So the article, I'm just going to take a little summary of the article. It says multiple states have taken legal actions against Meta, claiming that the company prioritized profits over the safety of young users. The lawsuit filed in California federal court argues that Meta knowingly rolled out features and platform incentives that promote harmful behaviors among young users, contributing to a youth mental health crisis. So that is what we're dealing with. They knowingly did, unroll these features that sends kids into a rabbit hole. I mean, to say, as a teacher, no, we don't have phones in the classroom, but it was a war between, getting the students' attention and the phones that was literally pulling the kids. They're literally addicted to social media, and they're creating those systems so that these kids become addicted to social media, and it's all about making money. And thank God somebody is standing up. The government is finally saying enough is enough, and we're going to do something about your company. If you cannot follow, if you don't have humanity, literally that's what they're saying. If it's all about money for you and it's not about safety, we're going to put you in check. We're going to make you pay for what you're doing. And they said that Meta definitely knows, Instagram and Facebook knows the problem, because there was a whistleblower that said that they had data, they had done research and came up, studies literally, they had internal studies indicating the negative impact of Instagram on young users' confidence. So yes, so the fact that they knowingly continue to hurt young people is warranted for the government to sue them. Period. Done. So that's something that's good. Now let's move on to the final topic, which is where in the world could Kate and William be the best dressed celebrity couple. We're not talking about just in the royal family. We're talking globally. This makes absolutely no sense. Now, they said they got their information from they got their information from the internet, um, from people on the internet, and they got it from a brand. This brand here, it's well, yeah, it's called, well, a fashion line, not a brand, a fashion line, and the fashion line is called Karen Millen. Now, who's Karen Millen? Never heard of Karen Millen in my life. Maybe it's something that is in England, and maybe half of the English people have probably never heard of Karen Millen. I certainly haven't. So I don't think that this is good metrics. I definitely don't think that an unknown brand should be deciding who is best dressed out there. And now they also said that they got data from social media. Now, social media is very tricky because how it works is that if something is trending, somebody's trending, people are most likely going to remember the last thing that they saw, the last thing that were being talked about, right? And so it all depends on when they took those surveys. It all depends on who they were talking about, who on social media that they were looking at, who they were targeting. They could have been targeting only Kate and William's fans, right? So right off the bat, you could see that also there is bias as well in this survey and in this article, because of course it came from the Fail. Okay, it came from the Daily Fail, and they started off with Meghan and Harry's name in the title, and it was nothing more than to diss Harry and Meghan, to put them down. So that that title is of best dressed couple, celebrity couple, and I'm not talking about royal, I'm talking about in general. It's definitely suspect. It's suspect. It is to uplift a couple and put others down. That's what that is all about. So I'm not even going to waste time talking about this crazy, absolutely ludicrous, title. They don't look good. Kate has the worst. Well, I wouldn't say worse because I don't want to criticize anybody's body. God gave them that body, but she doesn't dress for her body type. She just doesn't. Kate should not be wearing anything tapered to her waist. She should be wearing flared things, and she doesn't. Most of the time that she looks good, to be honest with you, is when she copies Meghan's style. So I strongly believe that they really meant to say Meghan and Harry, but they said Kate and William because it's all bias. Because you cannot have somebody that is best dressed that is stealing the ideas from somebody else. So, which means that the other person that they're stealing it from, they're the ones that are best dressed. Okay? So, forget about these people. We can see through them. They're nothing more than liars. And another thing, again, I was thinking about while I'm sitting here is that every time Meghan wears something, it's sold out. People have to wait weeks to get it back in stock. Literally, they have to go to the factory and make the stuff. The surplus that they had in the factories, on the shelves, in the storerooms, they're all sold out, and they have to go and make more. So the things get sold out. It means that Meghan's fashion has an impression on people. People like what she wears. That's the reason why they flock to get her things. So How in the world? I've never heard that from Kate and William. So how in the world do they get that title? It makes no sense to me. The information that is out there and the data that is out there does not match up to this result. This result is suspect. Don't believe the hype, people. Don't believe the hype. The way that I liken this is to saying that is Kate's fashion and her speeches that she gave, they're sort of on the same par. They're equal. So, oh my goodness, that's really some way to put it. So, her fashion is whack. No. And the things that she wear is so antiquated. It's not funny. Old, not in that. Not she's not a woman of old times. Now she see that Meghan, how Meghan is presenting herself. She's trying to come up. She's trying to come up and try to be modern. Of late. But that woman has always worn old clothes. So, no boo boo. I brought out my little New York for you. No boo boo. Okay, guys, take care. Have a nice day. And as I said, you all are the first people I'm speaking to for the day. Okay, so I got up and I'm saying I'm doing my show early. So you guys are the first one I'm speaking to. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get this out to you, but it will be out shortly. Take care and bye. I was just watching the time.